Welcome to the Equipping the Saints radio talk show with your host, Apostle Marcus Beckton. The Equipping the Saints talk show is an informational show with you in mind. So prepare your hearts and your minds to be empowered, encouraged, and equipped through today's broadcast, Equipping the Saints. And welcome to this edition of the Equipping the Saints radio talk show. This is your host, Apostle Marcus Beckton, and truly we're honored and pleased to have you tuning in with us on today's broadcast. Most of you are probably aware that the month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it is during this time, which is an annual campaign to increase the awareness of this disease that affects so many people over the course of the year. And while most people are very aware, many people have a tendency to forget to take certain steps or to plan to detect this disease in its early stages, to simply help preserve an individual's life. And so today I'm really excited because there are many organizations and there are many programs out there that are helping ladies to literally detect and be educated on this disease of breast cancer. And two of those organizations or groups are the BCEP program, or the Breast and Cervical Cancer program, and also the Susan G Komen organization or foundation. And these groups are working hand in hand to help the women that are in a fight. Now, I'm sure that most of you that are listening can automatically think right off the top of your head of at least 2 to 3 people that have either been in a fight with breast cancer or is in a fight at the present time. And in fact, that's what it is when you're experiencing breast cancer. It is literally a fight. And so we're so honored today to have, and we're going to talk about both of these organizations and what they do in this program. And so first of all, we're glad to have with us, and let me just introduce my guests, Miss Emily Spell, Miss Luke Smith. They're both from the Sampson County Health Department, representing BCEP. And also we're honored to have Miss Nettie Wilson-Pernell, who is working with the Susan G Foundation, and so Susan G Komen Foundation. And so welcome, ladies, to the Equipping the Saints radio talk show.
Thank you.
All right. We're so happy to have you and have taken out your busy time of being with us on today's show. So we're going to talk about BCEP first. And tell us, if you would, ladies, matter of fact, I'll just let you introduce yourself and then tell us what you do, basically, as it relates to this organization and where you're at. And I'll start with Miss Smith first.
I'm Luke Smith, and I'm the health educator at the Sampson County Health Department, and I'm also the current chair of the Sampson County BCEP Advisory Board. The Advisory Board and Sampson County Health Department have been participating in North Carolina BCEP for 17 years. In that 17 years, we've helped over 1,000 women to get screenings for breast and cervical cancer, and we've helped women receive treatment for the unfortunate diagnosis of breast and cervical cancer. Each year in October, the BCEP Advisory Board hosts the Pink Ribbon Campaign. That's the first week in October, and we distribute pink ribbons to churches and organizations within Sampson County upon request. This year, we've distributed 500 ribbons. We had our 17th annual BCEP Breast Cancer Awareness Rally and Health Fair this past Saturday, October 10th, to raise awareness for breast cancer. The Sampson County BCEP Advisory Board exists to educate and inform the community of the importance of early detection and treatment of breast and cervical cancer.
Okay. Now, Ms. Bell, now you mentioned 500 pink ribbons that you had given. Now, so that is Sampson County. This was in Sampson County. This was during an event that was taking place on this weekend past. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a great need, basically, or there's a great fight going on, basically, with the ladies within Sampson County that is being made aware. That's a big impact. 500 people that it has been passed on, and that's a good thing. Miss Spale, tell us who you are and what you do.
I am the Breast and Cervical Cancer Control Program Coordinator. I help bring women into the clinic to get their early screenings for breast and cervical cancer. I talk to women about breast cancer and how whenever they get older, how their chances for breast cancer increases, and I help them to get early detection.
Okay. Now, the organization, the program, that BCEP program that you have, this is operated through the Sampson County Health Department. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is that a program that's within all counties, or is Sampson County the fortunate county to have this program?
It is not a program that's in every county. Most of the counties in North Carolina do offer the breast and cervical cancer control program, but it is a state program that you have to have grants and funds for. But Sampson County is one of the ones that do participate. Okay.
So, other than education, ladies, what additional things do this program offer? Tell us a little bit about as far as the services that are offered.
Well, the services start with women are eligible if they're 40 to 64 years old, if they're uninsured, underinsured, if they have an income at or below the federal poverty level of 250%. If you are between 50 and 74, we want you to get a mammogram every 1 to 2 years. If you're 40 to 49, we want you to come in and get clinical breast exams, and if the clinical situation warrants, we will give you a mammogram free of charge. And then cervical cancer screenings, we offer those for women that are 21 to 65 every 3 to 5 years, and we offer any abnormal pap smear follow-ups.
Okay. Now, as far as the word out, and I know we didn't discuss this, but as far as the word out, with this being within the health department, there's literature, I'm assuming, that you guys put out, that you make available to people so that they're made aware of it. As far as with the services and the eligibilities of people that are eligible, do they just walk into the health department and they're screened, or do they have, how is the setup as far as them coming in, and a lady come in and just say that, I feel like that I may have breast cancer, or I've detected something. What one need to do? Just listening and saying that, I need some help.
What they would need to do is they would need to call the Sampson County Health Department, tell them that they are interested in the breast and cervical cancer control program, and then we will make them an appointment, and on the day of their appointment, they will be screened to see if they're eligible for the program. We will ask them to bring income verification, and we will get all the information at the time of their appointment.
That is very good. Now, are there any times that someone is turned away?
Well, the times that they're turned away is honestly whenever they do not reach the eligibility criteria for the state program. Even women that have abnormal mammograms, we still follow them all the way through to their surgery consultations, and we offer them assistance with the breast and cervical cancer Medicaid program. So we try not to turn them away, but you do have to be a Sampson County resident, and you do have to meet the criteria.
Okay, very, very good, very good. Any advice to women out there as it relates to the program and what you guys do? I'm sure you've been doing this for a period of time, and what is there any advice to ladies? Because with I know men generally, and I'm aware of the fact that this, as we discussed earlier, that this is not, breast cancer is not just a woman only disease, that men are affected by this disease as well. But are there any advice? Men typically have a tendency to be very lazy when it comes to getting medical help. But sometimes ladies fall into that same place, that they tend to, do the self-examinations and all that other stuff, but yet still they see some symptoms or whatever, but they're not migrating to the place for whatever reason. What is your advice on that?
My advice is to do your monthly breast exams whenever you can, in the shower, whenever. If you find something that is out of the ordinary for you, if you find a lump, even if you don't think it's no big deal, you still need to get it checked out. Breast cancer is supposed to be one of the top leading cancer deaths of 2015, and it's so important because you know your body better than anybody else. You go to the doctor and then push for them to check you, make sure everything's fine. The best detection is the early detection. That's when you have the best chance of fighting this disease.
Okay. Ms. Smith, do you have any?
Just to reiterate what Emily said, early detection is the best detection. Make sure you're getting your yearly mammograms. And one thing I think a lot of women don't think about is that baseline mammogram.
Okay.
That's a starting point. I think it's age 40, a woman can get her baseline mammogram. So just keep up with follow-up.
Okay. Now, pinpoint for just a second. Now, you mentioned baseline. So a woman, I know with men, they normally look at, it used to be 40, and it seems like when I kind of approached 40, it seemed like it had been moved for prostate checks. It had kind of been moved up, and it seemed like every time I draw near the time to get it checked, then the age is moved again. I think someone told me it's up to 50 now. But so even with that, with breast cancer, a woman, how early do they start? To really, I know there's self-examinations. I heard you mention about self-examination. So a woman is already kind of taught that they need to do self-examinations monthly. But as far as medical checks, I'm assuming the doctor normally check when you do a physical or, okay. So there, you can continue on with your advice if you have any more of that. Okay. So that, is important to, of course, it's better to find out at an early stage.
Right.
No matter what the age is, it's better to find out at an early stage, and so that that they don't have to endure as much. Hopefully, and hopefully it had not spread to other parts of the body. And this is a wonderful program that you guys have, and it sounds like that. And I'm gonna ask a hard question. You can just give this off the top of your head. Roughly, how many do you guys normally see or work with on a yearly or a monthly basis?
We are supposed to screen 68 women a year.
Okay.
That's how much our funds will be covered. So far this year, since July, we have seen 20, so we need to see quite a few more by July of 2016.
Of 2016. Okay. Wow. That's what, if you don't mind, give us some numbers as far as telephone numbers. Maybe people have not heard of this program here in Sampson County, and those that are tuning in, maybe they're listening to the broadcast, and give us some telephone numbers of how they can contact the health department or whomever, so that they can possibly schedule an appointment to come in and be screened.
Well, they can call me, Emily Spell, at 910-592-1131, extension 4214, or they can call direct themselves and make an appointment to 910-592-1131, extension 4001.
Okay, that's very good, and I do encourage the ladies, those that are not making this program available to you, please go out and check this program out, and maybe that it can be, if you fit within the criteria, that it can be of some help to you. And ladies, we certainly do appreciate it. Do y'all have anything else to add to the input? You gave us some real good information that I really believe is going to be really a help to those that are in Sampson County, and I know this is for Sampson County, but the information needs to be brought out, and as you mentioned, that this is not just Sampson County only, has spread abroad, and of course we know that this disease is basically a national disease that transcends every level, race, financially, every level of people it is affected, and it's not even a transition even over the gender level. And so as those that are fighting, or those that may know people that are fighting, it is very important that that there are programs out here like this program, the BSEP program, to be of help. And we certainly do appreciate it. We're getting ready to go to a commercial break, but we thank these ladies, Miss Emily Spell and Miss Luke Smith, for taking out their time to be with us on the show to share this information. And I encourage you, Sampsonians, to get out, and if you would, and utilize this tool that's been placed in Sampson County to be a help to you. If you fit that criteria, then I believe it's going to be a tremendous help for your life. And certainly, we again thank you, ladies. We appreciate it so very much.
Thank you
And
for having us.
you're certainly welcome. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back. And when we come back, we're going to be talking with Miss Nettie Wilson-Pernell with the Susan G Komen Foundation, and we're going to talk about what they do here in Sampson County as well. Stay tuned for this commercial.
Stay tuned.
Hey, this is Elder Patrick O. Stewart from P.O. Stewart Street Ministries here in Clinton, North Carolina. Next Saturday, October the 17th, at the hours of 10 to 4, we're having our citywide outreach festival in Clinton, North Carolina. That's at 808 Barden Street in Clinton, the old Sampson Gym. And we're asking everyone to come out. We have some special guests there. One of the special guests would be Rodney Mary, former gang banger. We have Richard Patterson, former NBA star, is going to come out and speak to the kids. We ask that you bring all your kids out. We're going to have hot dogs and hamburgers, some bouncy houses, toys, and games. We just want everyone to come out. We know there have been a lot of killings in the Clinton-Sampson County area lately, and we want to show these kids that we love them and someone loves them. If you have nothing to do, come out and be with us October the 17th from 10 to 4. That's 808 Barden Street in Clinton, North Carolina, from the hours of 10 to 4. We'll be glad that you came. If you can't come, please keep us in your prayers. Clinton City needs prayer for our young people right now. We love you. God bless you, and heaven smile upon you.
Everyone, this is your host, Apostle Marcus Beckton. I wanted to come to you and thank you personally for tuning in to today's broadcast. I certainly hope that it is being a blessing to you on today thus far. If you're enjoying this show, I want you to do me a favor if you would. And if you're tuning in to this show via Spreaker on your cell phone, there is a outlined heart that is on your screen. If you would, is the second button to your left. If you would click, if you're enjoying the show, click, that is your like button. Click on that button, and that tells us that you are enjoying or that you like the show. Also on that same screen, the very first button to your left is your comment button. Please feel free to click on that button and leave us a comment, whether you're enjoying the show, or if you have input or comment that you would like to leave on the show, please do so. And if we will get that feedback from you, it tells us how you feel and that you're liking or disliking the show. Also, if you're tuning in by the way of internet, on your laptop or on your computer or your tablet, there is right below the play button, there is a like button. If you would click on that, and that again tells us that you are enjoying the show, as well as leave us a comment as it relates to that of the show. We would get it, and we would certainly be obliged and certainly appreciative of everything that you're doing as you're tuning into this broadcast. It would help us tremendously as we proceed on doing greater things for this show, as well as greater things and getting greater people on the show. Well, again, we appreciate it to the highest. We're going to get back into the show. We thank you so much for doing that for us today, and the Lord will continue to bless you. Let's hear the remaining of the show on today. God bless. Okay, welcome back to the Equipping the Saints radio talk show. Again, today, if you're just tuning in, we are having a conversation on the fight, dealing with that of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is the month of this month of October. And we've been talking with, in the previous show, we talked with those from BCEP, dealing with that of the program that they have. And so now we're getting ready to talk with Miss Nettie Wilson-Pernell. She is representing the Susan G Komen Foundation. And welcome again, Miss Pernell, to the ETS show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Tell us a little bit. Most people are aware already of Susan G Komen, and many people all over we hear, all on television, all the stuff we hear about Susan G Komen. And so tell us a little bit about what's happening. First of all, there is one here in Sampson County. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Chapter. Okay. Tell us what you guys are doing here in Sampson County.
Well, Susan G Komen came in. Let me start about the history.
Okay.
Okay. It was founded by Nancy Brinker in honor of her sister, Susan G Komen, who died of breast cancer in 1980 at the age of 36. And she promised her sister that she would do something in finding a cure. And that is how Susan G Komen came forward. And for North Carolina, and we had for our affiliate, it was Jean Peck. And she had participated in many other Race for the Cures, and so she wanted one for this area. And that was started for us, for the Triangle. They started, and then we increased or moved over to adding 29 counties.
Wow.
First, it started out with just 20 counties, and now we have added 9. Before, the line stopped at Harnett County, and we were not included. But now it is to Sampson County, and in 2013, we had our first Race for the Cure, and it was in Wilmington. So that is the area that is why they changed the name to North Carolina, from the Triangle to the coast.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what interaction takes place? What basically, as far as what goes on? I know you guys just recently had an event the past weekend. What all do y'all do?
Well, Susan G Komen funds a lot of different organizations. We are about educating. We are about bringing research. So the fundraising that is done, 75% of the money is in grants, and the other 25% goes to cutting edge research. So that 75%, any of that money that comes in, the counties that are included, they can ask for a grant. They can do all different types of programs, such as our BSEP program that we have here in Sampson County. They receive funds from Passing the Promise, in which they can come down to the Race for the Cure, and they will pay for survivors and whatever things that they ask for. They have a grant for that. So those are some of the things that Susan G Komen has done in Sampson County. Plus, there are other grants that are available, and a lot of people are unaware that we are in Sampson County. Right now, they are taking applications for the grants. Yesterday was the last day to take a grant writing course, but that should not deter you. You can still go on and attempt to get a grant, or you can call to Raleigh and see about applying for the grants and getting their information. You can also go online.
Okay. And we're gonna let you give some pertinent information in a second. Now, who is eligible is for the services, as far as through Susan G Komen? Who is eligible to receive services, I guess I should say.
Well, we are like BSEP. We have women who are uninsured and underinsured get mammograms, but we also go a little further. We also will be able to help them in getting transportation, whatever needs that we can help with. That's what we do. And we also have support groups. We have things in which we are constantly trying to initiate in different counties, and so that people will know that we are there, and that we are there for support and for educating.
Okay. Now, these services, and I did not ask Ms. Bell and Ms. Smith as far as BSEP is concerned, as well as Susan G Komen, but these services from both of these organizations, are these services free to the people, or do they have to pay anything to receive the service? It's free. Susan G Komen and services are free. Okay. All right. That is a wonderful thing to know. Now, you mentioned Susan G Komen is now with it being in Sampson County. So at one time, how far did it come down to as far as in the state of North Carolina? So basically, it's all over North Carolina now.
No.
Okay, it's not all over North Carolina. Okay.
There are 29 counties that are included in our program, and those counties are Brunswick County, Bladen County, Caswell County, Chatham, Columbus, Duplin, Durham, Edgecombe, Franklin, Granville, Halifax, Harnett, Johnston, Lee, Moore, Nash, New Hanover, Northampton, Onslow, Orange, Pender, Person, Pitt, Sampson, Scotland, Vance, Warren, Wake, and Wilson County. Those are the 29 counties.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. 29 counties. Now, do you have any at hand, any statistics as it relates to people that are, I guess, diagnosed or that are affected by this disease of breast cancer? Do you have any knowledge of any statistics on that?
Yes, I do. 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2015, it is estimated that 231,840 American women will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer, and 40,290 will die from the disease. So that's one every 13 minutes.
My goodness.
Breast cancer affects families not as just the person being diagnosed, but the family, friends, co-workers. It has an effect on everyone. And there's a 99% probability of survival, but only in cases of early detection and treatment before it spreads.
Wow.
So, as been said earlier, the best protection is early detection.
That's true. That's true. The best protection is early detection. Now, and then I guess this is a group question from all three of you ladies. A person comes in and they are diagnosed with breast cancer, and then naturally, I'm sure this is a emotional blow on that individual. That I mean, it is a shocker, and some it is a very hard shocker. Are they within both of these organizations and this program and this organization? Are there any type of counseling, any type of anything that addresses the emotional side? I know BCEP kind of works with the physical side of things, but is there anything that to speak to to help them other than you as an individual or those that are working, the hugs? I know I'm sure that they get plenty of those and everything, but are there any type of emotional support?
The only thing that for a support group has been the one at the help at Sampson Regional Hospital.
Okay.
They have a support group.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do, if we don't have the services, we refer.
Okay. Very good.
And that's the thing. We are a resource as well. So
Okay.
whatever information we have, we are about trying to cover all the points so that they're just not left out there
Mm-hmm.
with no help or nowhere to go.
Okay. That sounds good. So in other words, these groups, this program, and Susan G Komen, you guys are not you're standalone, but it's not a total standalone. To wherein once what we provide has been consumed, then you're just left out on a long limb that is passed on to someone else. So basically help. And also BCEP and Susan G Komen, I think you guys told me that y'all kind of work hand in hand somewhat. Okay. Very, very good. Advice, Miss Pernell. What advice would you lend out to ladies, to those that are not experiencing or have not found anything, to the ones that are experiencing? I know there are 3 levels: the ones that's not diagnosed, the ones that are diagnosed, and then those that have overcome this battle. But any advice that you may have to the ladies out there that are listening as it relates to breast cancer?
Well, one of the things I would say would be about breast self-awareness.
Okay.
You should know your risks.
Mm-hmm.
You should get screened
Mm-hmm.
and know what is normal for you, because
Mm-hmm.
you should do your own self-breast exams. And there are also healthy lifestyle choices.
Mm-hmm.
That, I say, would be something that anyone, regardless of what disease,
Mm-hmm.
would be, I say, a guideline to
Mm-hmm.
use.
Okay.
And I would have encouraged anyone that even if you have a family member and they are high risk. You are too. Also, you may not even have a family history. And a lot of times that is why you have the young women who are in their 20s and they wait because they don't think that it can happen to them. But anytime you do a self breast exam and you feel changes or you see changes, you need to get it checked out.
That's true. That's true.
And we also have different pamphlets that also shows the different abnormalities and also different information. So both of us groups, we can give you that information.
Very good. Very good. So one last question that you just kind of, when the statement that you made kind of brought the question up. So this disease it is somewhat hereditary.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when a lady has a mother, a grandmother, or whomever that have either been diagnosed or have died from it, that puts them at a greater risk.
Right.
Okay. So that means that they more than ever needs to have themselves checked out. So that's very important. Are there any numbers, contacts, or anything that you can put out as it relates to Susan G Komen, of whom that people would be able? I know you guys have literature from both groups, from BCEP as well as Susan G Komen, that you have literature. But give us some information as far as if someone is wanting your services, the contact.
Okay, for Susan G Komen, the person of contact in Raleigh would be Julie R. McQueen, and she is the director of the community health. And the phone number would be 919-493-CURE. Okay. And she also, you can go on the helpline of 1-800-GO-KOMEN. And there's also the website of www.susankomenctc.org.
Okay, very, very good. I didn't ask, does BCEP have a website?
We do.
Okay.
It's www.sampsonbcep.org.
Okay, and both of these websites has loads of information that you're able to go to, read up on, and just kind of take it from there. And I think it will be a real good help. Ladies and gentlemen, we certainly appreciate it. First of all, thank you, ladies. Miss Emily Spell, Miss Luke Smith, and Miss Nettie Pernell. We thank you so much for being a part of the show. This is the educational side, I feel, and the strong arm side of the fight of this disease. And before we bring the show to an end, Ms. Pernell, you guys have something that's taking place. I know you just had a function that just took place downtown Clinton, but you also have something that's coming up on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Tell us real quickly about that.
Well, we are trying to encourage all churches to do a worship in pink.
Okay.
At my church at Lisbon Street Missionary Baptist Church this Sunday, I have requested that our members wear pink. And we would hope that all the churches in the area would attempt to do this. It is that you can do it in October or you can do it in May, around Mother's Day. But we encourage you to participate to get the word out about breast cancer and also recognizing our survivors. Also, there's a website. If you go onto the website, you can click on to Worship in Pink, and there's some information there that could really give you some ideas on how to have your program at church.
Okay, great. That is very good, and it's very neat. It's very needed to get this awareness out to people. They really needs to know and need to know. And so I thank you, ladies, for being here, and then I thank you for what you do. Because your actions is helping save lives, and that's the important thing. That if you, as you said, if you can catch it at an early stage and help these ladies, as well as any gentleman that may run into the same issue as well, that if you can help to save a life, it helps to help all along. And it may be a fight for a struggle that they may have to go through, but if they hold on, there will be help that is available there to help them through their situation that they're going through. Now, this does not end, as I first stated, that this show will continue on. We've talked about the educational side. Next week on the show, we'll be talking with some survivors. I'm sure that we know of people that did not make it, that lost the battle in the fight, but we're also going to be talking with survivors, those that have, whether it's been through the help of prayer and the powers of God, and as well as it being through modern medicine, chemotherapy and all that other stuff that they may have gone through to kill or to destroy this disease in their body. We're going to talk to these people and what they learned as a result of this fight that they had to go through with. And that's again on the Equipping to Talk show. Thank you so much again for those of you that's tuning into the show today. We appreciate it to the highest. And until the next time, as we always say, consider yourself have been equipped, and we will see you next week. God bless you.